pilgrims, all. Once more, onto the bridge. Dear friends of Angie, our departed sister, family, led by her devoted husband, and all connected thereto, friends from near and far, community near and far, welcome to this day's engagement in the name of our departed sister. It's necessary that we do not say too much at this opening word before we commit our function at the feet of our Almighty Father. And so I wish to ask for your every connection. You would lend us all of your senses as we would now begin the program with the opening prayer. And one of our sisters here, very close and dear to our departed sister Angie, will lead us in prayer. I here invite Merle Bayer to so do.
Your program says Father Marcin. I am not Father Marcin. So let us bow our heads wherever you are and say, thank you, God, for this day. Thank you for this beautiful day. Thank you for Angie. On this 100th day of her departure, we remember her. We give thanks for her. And we ask you, Lord, in your mercy, to be kind to her. Give her what she deserves. And if it is what we think she deserves, we know that she's on her way to heaven. We thank you for bringing her in this world. We thank you for all the lives that she touched, the lives that are many, many, many school teachers touch a lot of lives. We thank you for the positive things that she has done. And we ask you, Lord, to forgive her for her failings. Forgive her for the wrongs that she may have done. We will pray in all sincerity, so that you will lift her up with our prayers. We ask this in your holy and precious name as we say, Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come. Your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. We thank you, Lord, for all your mercies. Amen.
Thank you, Merle, for ensuring that we begin our program in the manner that is expected and in the manner that is appropriate. Our brothers and sisters, this is the fifth assembly that we are engaged with to mark the sad passing of our beloved sister. And I hope I do not offend the Almighty Father in any way when I say every time I give thought to Angie's sad passing, I conclude gone too soon. I can't get over that fact, however fact that is. When first we met, it was the wake night. Then, of course, we assembled at the third night. Then there was the funeral. Then, of course, the 40th day. And today, double bite. We assembled at the church this morning, mass service in her honor, and this evening we assemble, and as the program says, to remember and to give thanks. So the two words on that piece of that program, remembering and gratitude. The two people behind those two words, Angie and Cecil. So well know Cecil, devoted husband of Angie. There is always the need to remember Angie. And while we assemble on the 100th day since her sad passing, there is every opportunity going forward to be assembled again. There is always a special place for a person who is devoted and well-disposed to express thanks and gratitude. I might say that I consider the experiences since Angie's death and the manner with which Cecil handled the landmark moments, including today's, to be rather unique. And I am sure going forward there will be additions to this uniqueness that Cecil embraces relative to his dear wife's death. Today's, I consider it to be commiseration. We commiserating, we expressing, as we must, sadness. Two, we're commemorating, to commemorate, to express in a manner that allows for recognition. And as the umbrella to all of that, and as Angie instructed, we celebrate Angie's life. We will find that there must be the appropriate chair there will be the appropriate sharing of sympathy and goodwill. You will find, as I use myself as an example, the tie I wear here, I have had to wear. It was given to me by one of Angie's daughters. You look at the tie, if you get close to me, you will see there are black, white, and red stripes. You heard me refer to commiseration. You heard me refer to commendation, and you heard me speak to celebration. Symbolic representation. The shirt I wear came directly through and from Angie. I live every day since Angie's sad passing with the clarion thought of Angie. And so, I wish to invite us to do the best we can, with this evening's function. It's going to be mixed, I am sure. The emotions will be mixed. There will be the sad part. There will also be the spirited part, because Angie wants us to get on with the rest of our lives, such as we see at the back of that which accompanies the program. Angie speaks here. Whatever life throws at us, even if it were to hurt, just be strong. Fight through it. Remember, strong walls, the most real strong walls, shake, but do not collapse. They would lean, but do not fall. And this takes us, that backdrop takes us to explore the evening's program. And I can't think of a better way to begin than to invite Rita Augustine, to render that which was the last song bite that Angie experienced on this side of life. It is all to do with what the husband calls the joint anthem.
Thank you.
Rita, you want to say the title, or you want me to say the title?
You can say it. You can go right ahead.
People like you.
And it's so that I just walked in here and I managed to see this song all on the program. Didn't even realize Mr. Greenwich had this song, and I thought about doing it like a surprise to him, but you know. So Angie, this is for you. I know you're looking down on all of us now. I'm here with Cavell, and he's gonna take me through with this song. And I hope that everybody find comfort in it. And this goes out to everyone here. If you know you have made an impact like Angie did, this song is for you. If you give a little more than you take, and if you try to fix more than you break, if you're the kind to help a stranger on the rain, there's a place for people people like you. If you stand up for those down on their knees, lend a voice to those who cannot speak. If you shine a little light, give sight to the one who lost their ways, there's a place for people like you. I've heard of there's the streets are made of gold, and when you get there, there's a hand to hold. I believe when your days down here are through, there's a place out there for people like you. If you walk around with your heart on your sleeve, and if you try to be the change you want to see, if you lay down your life for love so someone could be saved, there's a place out there for people like you. I've heard of there's the streets are made of gold, and when you get there, there's a hand to hold. And I believe when your days down here are through, there's a place out there for people like you. Cover, just play something. Ooh, people like you. For people like you. I've heard of there's the streets are made of gold, but when you get there, there's a hand to hold. And I believe when your days down here are through, there's a place out there for people like you. There's a place out there for people like you. There's a place out there for people like you. Thank you.
Very powerful message to us. That is a lot to do with the living. Those symbolic references, I am satisfied that Angie's life spoke to them. So I'm satisfied about Angie's satisfaction of those clarion images in that song. Thank you so much for that rendition. And when one knows the standard of Angie, she would be most pleased if she were in spirit here, and I trust she is. We continue with the remembering, and we are getting very close to home because matters of recollection, reflections, and pivotal moments must come from members very, very near. And I am sure these members would include not just the closest to our departed sister, Cecil, but there would be members of the audience who are para-close, as Cecil is. And there might be members abroad who might want to chime in with recollection and reflections and moments that we must all be reminded of relative to Angie's life. And so, without any more ado, a major centerpiece in this evening's program, I invite Cecil to lead us off with this one. Cecil?
Thank you, Badash. I want to thank you for your kind remarks and sentiments expressed. Good evening, brothers and sisters. This evening, in fact, is a special evening, not just for me, but for all of you present. It's really good to behold God's good people assembled here for gratitude evening, for goodness evening. Before I move on to the main item on the agenda, which is the issue of reflection, recollection, I want to say to you that your presence here this evening, in fact, has reaffirmed my faith in family, in friends. And I will just share this little story with you. There was this story where a young man was getting married. And he said to his father, "Dad, would you call all of my friends?" And he gave him a list of over 100 persons to call. So Dad said, "No problem, that will be done." The day of the wedding, only 9 persons showed up. So the groom got ballistic, angry, couldn't understand what happened. So he said, Dad, what happened? I asked you to do this for me. And I give you that list, and only 9 persons here. The father said, why worry? What I did, I said that you were not well for some time, and that they should come to look for you on that particular evening. So he said, don't worry, the 9 persons who came are your real friends. Are your real friends. And that had such a deep meaning. I shared it with one of my good friends, my mentor, Dr. Francis Amede, and he told me I should share it because it is pregnant with what real friendship is, what family is about. So I thought I should share it. I also want to start by giving some explanation as to why this activity. I think Mr. Ashby eloquently put it together, but I want to say to you, I had to do it. I had to do it. It was supposed to be done after 1 month, after 60 days, but my whole head was messed up and I could not have done it at that particular time. But I did not want 100 days to go, so I decided that I will do it on 100 days. I want to also explain to you on the funeral day when I did not do my tribute. There was a question as to how come Crybaby did not cry. Well, Crybaby did not cry because Crybaby was asked by the departed wife not to cry. Crybaby did not cry because I had no more tears to cry, because I cried for that entire morning before the funeral. So that's why I did not cry, because Crybaby asked me to serenade her rather than cry. So that's a little bit of the explanation as to why Crybaby did not cry. Now, we are here for recollections, and I will give you the first one in the form of a story or of a joke, perhaps. About 4:30 one morning, I was dreaming. And sometimes you don't always have to be a deep sleep to dream. Well, for me, it was cat sleeping for most of the time over the last 4 or 5 months. So while dreaming, I met this wise man. Tallish, had long beard. I'm not saying he's Ambrose Philip, but he was kind of stroking his beard when I met him. And he said to me, "What happened to you? 4:30 in the morning, you're up." And I said, "Mr. Wiseman, my wife isn't doing so well and I can't sleep." So he said to me, "Don't worry, I will give you the formula." So my eyes light up and I said, "Okay, you tell me." He said, "What you have to do is to give her love and affection. But I said, well, what do you mean love and affection? I said she get that 200%. He said, anyhow, if that's the case, you just go and double the dose. So I doubled the dose, and I think it worked because it was the week before her birthday, and she was good enough on her birthday to sing and to give vote of thanks and to thank me for organizing birthday. Okay? So you see, miracles can work. So my dear friends, I want to share with you some moments, some watershed moments, some very light, and some, as Mr. Chairman said, could be very touching. But perhaps I will start with the light ones. I'm not sure everybody knew Angie had a deep sense of humor. And there are other times she made things much easier for me by coming up with little things that make me laugh. The times when she could call me all those funny names, semi-vagrant, jungle, don't get them, left-handed cook, and all of those things. And I will give you one little one which has to do, and I think Brenda is the one who told me about it, with one of the caregivers. And she's one who did not like pity. So the caregiver was with her that particular day and came in by Angie and started crying. So Angie said, what happened to you? She didn't answer. What happened to you? Your boyfriend leave you? So that was Angie. That was Angie. I will also share with you under the caption, strong faith. Strong faith. That was one of her characteristics. Strong like a lion. When we were making plans to return in July, there was the issue of having someone, nurse, to join me to come down with Angie. After several calls to family and friends, I just couldn't come up with someone who was available. Brenda couldn't make it. Den couldn't make it. Those good friends in the States couldn't make it. So a week before Sally couldn't make it, I was getting very concerned, very concerned. So I said to Angie, we have a problem. And she was saying, what's the problem? I said, but we need a nurse to join me so that we could be in a position where at least you would be more comfortable. And she said to me, why worry? God is in control. She said, and you there? I said, but Angie, I can't go in the bathroom with you, She said, well, just tell them you're my husband. So that faith sometimes you think is blind faith, but that faith was so strong that she believed that all things are possible with God. Under that same faith area, I could recall in 2018 when we came down, we arrived home and couldn't find passport. I know we came down with passport. So I'm worried, can't find passport, night gone, no passport. I looked in every place that I think passport could be. Suitcase, go back in car, go down in airport, no passport. Day 2, can't find passport. I'm having sleepless nights because how she's going to travel up without passport. I spoke to Brenda, and Brenda, like Angie, has that same kind of temperament. Don't worry. I put notices on the radio, go down to the airport, asked the management whether or not passport could be found. No passport. After 1 week, somehow God asked me to go to a bag we had on the table, on the counter. That bag she had in her hand when she was traveling down with some fruits for her brother Dougie. And apparently when the wheelchair lady gave her the passport, she dropped it at the bottom of the bag. But Angie knew how important the passport was. But that did not make a difference in terms of how will she travel back up without passport. And as I said, somehow went in bag looking for some foods and hand touched something there, and that something was passport. That something was passport. Again, strong faith, strong faith. Selflessness, selflessness. That was Angie. That love and affection, that concern for others was a hallmark. Even when she was very ill, she sometimes was more concerned for others. Her departed mother, Glory, every day she would ask about Glory. Even during the last 2 weeks before she died, she was concerned about Helen, Brenda, Joan and Pappy, Philip, and others. And the list goes on and on. That was Angie. That was Angie. Strong conviction. Strong conviction. And she had the courage of her conviction. I remember when she went to the hospital in May. There was a young doctor, female, who was, of course, doing her work. And Angie said to her, I'm here 1 week. You all have not told me what the situation is with me. You all just given me medication, and I am not improving. And she went so far as to tell the doctor that you all want to experiment on me without telling me what the situation is. The doctor said, well, Mom, I just spoke to your husband. And she said, you speak to my husband? This is my body. I need to know what's going on in my body. To the extent I kind of squeezed her hand to say, well, Angie, could it? And she pulled my hand and said, let me talk. Let me talk. That was Angie. I will tell you the last one under strong conviction. She had that cousin called Green Face. You know, in that time was Revo time, and Green Face was Bajan. Green Face, of course, was picked up in the Revo and was in prison. And while all the other members of the family were scared and not comfortable going to prison to see Green Face, Angie, with her little bag, would walk up to prison every weekend to make sure she go and bring whatever they gave her to bring for Green Face. That was conviction. She was strong. She was strong. Strong woman. I will also tell you another pivotal moment while Angie was down here. And this one has to do with her senses. She died, but her senses were intact up to the last day. Good sight, good hearing. So one morning, 1:30 a.m., I got up. And go to look for her because caregiver was asleep. I ain't calling names. Caregiver was asleep. I was not happy, angry. So I got up because I heard Angie movements on the bed. So, but I expected her to give up sometime because she did not have supper that night. But she took the medication, and apparently medication got her to sleep. So she was up when I came up, and she said, "How you know when to come?" I said, I heard movements on bed, so I got up. She said, I want something to eat, you know. That was 1:30 a.m. So I went, fix up, and think I fix up good, tea and whatever, and brought supper to Angie on bed. So when I brought supper for Angie on bed, she held it and said to me, "No, you had to go back, you know, because this thing ain't hot enough." So I said, "But I ain't find coal." She said, "Okay." So I took the waiter, going back out, and I make a little grumble. I say, "But by my hand burning me, and Angie saying this thing cold." So I go and warm up and I come back. When I come back, she say, "Why you been saying it?" I say, "I bunks me too." She say, watch boy. Don't lie from me, you know. I hear what you say. How the thing end cold. I say, all right, I'm sorry. But she had that, I don't know, her senses was strange, was unique. You know, she hear things outside that I don't hear. She see things that I can't see. But that was Angie. That was Angie. And lastly, I will tell you about the happiness. Birthday happiness. I couldn't believe it when Angie sang, when Angie herself gave vote of thanks, that I started crying myself, but crying for happiness because the week before she was really not with it. And when the dust was settled and everybody left, she said to me, Seth, I want to thank you for today. Today was one of those better days since I came down on my birthday. But let me tell you one other thing. I don't want you to continue crying. I want you to stay strong. So with this, I will rest my case with that first item. And as Chairman said, the floor is open for sharing. Thank you.
Inviting members on this floor who wish to add to the delivery, to do with reflection, as well as recollections, and any pivotal moment that you feel we must not miss. And at the same time, I ask the virtual side, just in case, Richie will let us know what might be coming through, and we will include that. So, any member on the floor who might wish to add to that which we have already had from the closest connection with Angie. Don't hold back if there were. Please. Yes? I see behind coming here is Conrad. Yes, Conrad? Yeah. Conrad. Yeah. Conrad Francis.
Yeah. President, good afternoon. I am not sure if Angie's contribution towards the development of track and field in Grenada was captured before. Therefore, I take this opportunity to now so do. Because I think it is important, because she made a tremendous contribution to our sports. Angie started officiating in track and field in the late 70s, when she, along with a group of young teachers, volunteered their services to work at the St. George's GUT Brand Sports. There was no room for them on the officials list. So the director of games decided to call them the significant others. And that was the beginning of Angie's sojourn in officiating, during which she attained one of the most significant posts in officiating when she served as a field referee in the 2016 Carifta Games. So she moved from insignificant to significant. She was one of our most dedicated and reliable officials. She was not afraid to ask questions. She exhibited a great desire to learn everything about our sports. She attended all our workshops and became a certified official. The depth of commitment she showed was unparalleled. Could you imagine Angie foregoing church on a Sunday to officiate in the Carifta Games? Well, she did. But I'll tell you one thing. She attended the Mass the Saturday before. Angie also displayed certain qualities that we in the track and field were amazed. After we hosted the Carifta Games 2020, Angie decided, together with Maureen, I think Helen was part of that group, they decided to follow our Carifta team whenever the games are held and wherever. So after 2016, it was in Trinidad. She was there in Trinidad as a fan group. So they created a sort of fan group. I think she was there in Barbados also, right? And it was something that we did not see in track and field. We know the swimmers always go, the parents go, but not in track and field. And Angie started that. And do you know something? In 2012, Angie told me that she wanted to go to the Olympics. She wanted to see Kirani win that 400 meters. And I thought she was joking. But to my amazement, Angie found herself there, both herself and Maureen, right? And I didn't have a choice because they kept calling me. They wanted tickets. They wanted to be part of this whole thing. So I was chef de mission of the team then. So I ensured that I got them into the Games Village, which was not an easy thing to do because the Games Village is secured for athletes alone. And I got Angie and Maureen into the Games Village, and we brought them into the dorms, we brought them into the lunchroom, and she was forever grateful for that because it was a great experience for her. So much so that she had planned to attend the 2016 Games in Rio, both herself and Maureen. But alas, she fell sick. And she said to me, Conrad, make sure that you bring my jersey for me. Make sure you bring my Rio jersey for me. And when I got to New York, she was there. That was in 2016. And she said, Conrad, you know that I am not well, and so on. Well, I said, Angie, here is your jersey. And she cherished that. She cherished it. And we continued that relationship even in her sickness. Because I had my own challenges, health challenges. And Angie gave me the inspiration and motivated me to continue with my life. Very often she would send me scriptures, we will call each other, and we will share our experiences. I will visit her, and as Cecil said, it is one of the strongest persons that I ever met. Very, very deep in her faith. And today I just want to pay homage to her and to thank her for the many advice that she gave to me and for her contribution towards track and field in our country.
The floor is still open, and the invitation is still with you. While you prepare, I might just wish to add to Conrad's that Angie was well rooted as an official in athletic sports at the level of the GUT, inter-schools, inter-zone championships. And when I say well-rooted, I mean she was a pillar relative to the management of those games. And I can say for sure, relative to intercall, couldn't have intercall without Angie. High jump won't take place successfully. And you know how difficult the event high jump is. It's long, it's very exacting. There is that science that goes with that bar and those uprights. And Angie was everything you require, one would require by way of application relative to the rules. So when you have a winner in high jump, you know that winner is the winner. We're still open. We're not forcing anyone, but we don't want to miss anyone. And so it is reasonable for me to conclude that there is satisfaction, acclamation on this floor and the virtual floor relative to the highlights that we managed to put in the record, to extend the record. So I think we should move on, and it's very fitting after we have heard those powerful, close sharings that dedicated husband provided. And we know how much Angie loved and appreciated music as the spice of her life. She was a very deep connoisseur of music. Several genres. The invitation of the musician today is not by accident. spot of a special taste. And so, Casimir, I know you as Casimir, but of course, you might want me to say Mr. Thomas. Casimir, please, we now wish to ask you to render as you're prepared in the name. Casimir, for that musical connection, consolidating, remembering our sister. Thank you again. And I think we should stay close to that tone. We should stay very close to that tone. And I just wish to ask that we connect with another piece of music. Stay with God. I want us to connect with that piece of music now. Stay with God. And so I invite the connection with that piece of music, please.
I know the mountains get so high sometimes. I know the valley seems so wide. It seems this journey, it will never end. And you keep asking the question, God, why? I know the road, it gets so rocky at times. I know the heartaches are severe. It seems like life will never change its tide. But there's an answer to all of life. Here's stay with God. In spite of what you see or feel, stay with God. In spite of how things may appear, stay with God. It doesn't matter what may come our way. There is only one place we are safe. Stay with God. I know the way you feel says give up now. I know you feel you can't hold on. You're not the only one who is carrying your load. Remember, he said to cast all your cares on him. I know you cry and tell everyone you meet, because you feel that word is a pain. But if you just believe your life is in God's hand, then today I tell you your mountains have to disappear. Come on and stay with God. In spite of what you see or feel, stay with God. In spite of how things may appear, stay with God. It doesn't matter what may come our way. There is only one place we are safe. Stay with God.
Thank you. Very well done. That section helps us to consolidate the section of the Spirit, and in a function that remembers Angie, we will not be in order if we did not give everything necessary to the Spirit's strengthening. And it seems that we can now go on the appropriate tangent. We have had remembering, spirit, and now gratitude. And just as we could not deal with recollections, reflection, and pivotal moment, as well as that was dealt with by Cecil, so too, gratitude, the big picture there too, to do with Angie, that section must again be put on the proper track by Cecil. Cecil, I hope you are able to and ready. Yes, please. We invite you to please lead us there.
Mr. Chair, before I move on to part 2 of the program, perhaps the most important part, permit me to do an apology for 3 key persons who asked me to apologize for the absence due to illness and other circumstances. I refer to Ms. Claudette Phillip, Ms. Maureen Thomas, and Ms. Judith Mitchell. They would have been very happy to be here, but circumstances beyond their control would not permit them to be here. I also want to say something about Mr. Thomas Soxman. And although Cecil will be given the official vote of thanks, I just want to say that I met Brother Thomas at my good friend's mother's funeral. I'm talking about Felix. And I was very impressed with his rendition and asked him that if he can, at some point, at that time date wasn't fixed, if he would be willing to do same. And he willingly agreed. So as a result, with the heavenly powers invested in me, I will now induct Mr. Thomas to my Cultural Hall of Fame. So give Mr. Thomas another big round of applause. So we are staying with God because gratitude has that correlation with God. And I had to do it. I had to do gratitude because it runs deep in my DNA, and I was unhappy that I was not able to do it. So come hell or high water, I am doing it. I have to thank 365 persons. Now, me and now I do not, but I will try. I will try. Because all of me love all of you. So my friends, to all our family, friends, and well-wishers, home and abroad, my sincere thanks and appreciation to everyone who supported Angie and me throughout this difficult journey. A journey of 5 years, 3 months, and counting. Your love and affection, your compassion, and your spirit of generosity have enabled Angie and me to reaffirm our faith in humanity and the goodness of mankind. Please be assured of our eternal gratitude. And maybe you might say I can stop there because I think I've covered everybody. But no, I can't. I can't and will not. There are some very special persons who qualify for commendation, for the solidarity, and for the unwavering support. For starters, I refer to Desmond, our brother, known as Doggy, Cecil, and the rest of the Noel family. Her sisters, Homelin Charles, Salian, Sonia, and other members of the Augustine family. Raymond, Pat, and the rest of the Greenwich family, Brenda Scott and family, the Ashby family, Philip family, the Ambrose, and other close relatives and friends, I say thank you. The present and past teachers of the St. Louis Girls RC School, thank you. But there was a subgroup within that big group. And that subgroup, I give them names, because they were very special. And I refer to Claudette Phillip, Laura Isaac Jolly, Maureen Thomas, Judith Mitchell, and Helen Buffett. I refer to them as the inner cabinet. I refer to them as the A-team, the squad, and the buds of a fellow group, because they had Angie's back. They were real, genuine friends. They didn't go under the radar from day one. There was very, very special support group. In that same category of teachers, I have to make special mention to Mistress Leil James Patris, who is here. And I want to specially mention that Ms. Patris have just taken that giant step in the right direction of getting married not so long ago. Ms. Patris, my best wishes to you and your husband. I also want to mention Ms. Lendo, Ms. Peters, and Carl. At this time, it is important that I mention the Gust family, who are directors of the company that I work with. I want to thank them for their understanding the support, giving me time off to be there for my wife. I move now to our friends in Northeast. Well, I don't think they live in Northeast anymore. I refer to my good friend, Mr. Roy O'Neill, Hugh Dolan, Cotty, and other members from the Northeast community. I also want to mention my secretary at National Security Services Care. She has been a stalwart during my absence. I'm not sure if I would have been comfortable if she was not looking after me in terms of my work schedule. Father Masson, Maul Bayer, and Claudia Simon, very special friends from the Callis Church community. There's some others, Vida Bruno Victor, Dennis Clark, Janice Thomas, and Keisha Noel. My dear friend, Dennis Felix, and while we're on gratitude, I must especially thank Dennis for coming to my aid when looking for nurse to accompany. Dennis willingly provided ticket for that individual to come down. So Dennis, thank you so much. I have to mention Auntie Philippa, Auntie Yvette, Paula Noel, Faith, Jogi, Leon, Sister Nelson, Keisha Charles, Gail Marshall, and Susan. So I'm still going on, eh? I'm not yet ready to stop. Now to our overseas friends in the USA in particular. My thanks goes out to Dr. Francis Amede, Teresa Monyo, better known as T, who I called the original, who looked after Angie and organized in that first year and a half. T, special thanks. Our friends Nelsia and Allison, her cousin Debbie Thomas and family, my good friend Hugh Augustine, who became my brother, Sandra Chase, Annie Alexander, Keith Superville, the doctors and nurses of Kings County Hospital, Chris Dubiset, Rosalind and Ira Antwine, Kenneth O'Neill, and Ballhead. Our friends in Barbados, Deborah and Stephen Lord. Friends in Canada, Agatha Mason, Stanley Monroe. Friends in the UK, Rosie and family, Leroy Redhead, and our friends in Trinidad and Tobago. But we come to that final accolade, that final big thank you. The prize that goes to the one who stood out. The standard performer, the difference maker. And whether it's done by acclamation, by proclamation, by consensus, or even by decree, that prize goes to none other for outstanding humanitarian service for 3 years. Goes to Joan and Bernard Greenwich. I say thank you Thank you, and I will be forever grateful. May God continue to bless you. May God continue to bless all of you. Thank you, and may God bless you all.
Thank you again, Cecil, and your delivery of that item can only be you, only be done by you. And it is very touching, the emotions that are generated, and meaningfully so. Thank you. And in that tone, now is a moment as good as any for us to have the rendition of appreciation.
Strive to be happy. Relentless search for luxury. In search of peace and happiness, the human mind wouldn't rest. A constant nag within we soul, demanding respect from the world. We get the urge in different form, but luxury is the norm. Money is very essential, but can't buy peace of mind at all. We still like dogs without a bone, if we have the money alone. Because appreciation plays on the human mind. Everyone needs some for happiness all the time. Because importance, if we are drive to live, everyone's on the hunt. Every man ought to give generously. The feeling has no barrier. Race and class doesn't matter. Once you are alive, you in the game. You do anything to get a good name. Some wealthy men turn to suicide. Can't find food to feed their pride. The aged and crippled in the ring fight to feel like a king. Children become delinquents for lack of love from their parents. That's why appreciation is most important to man. Appreciation plays on the human mind. Everyone needs some for happiness all the time. Because important, if we are drive to live, everyone's on the hunt. Every man ought to give generously. Wage is never solution. appreciations. Employees will gladly draw their pay and do the job half the way. When workman feeling unwanted, the working spirit is daunted. He comes on the job and fool around, production going down. Just make him feel significant. You get him do anything you want. A pat on the back is the best move for relations to improve. Because appreciation is on the human mind. Everyone needs some for happiness all the time. Because important, if we are drive to live, everyone's on the hunt. Every man ought to give generously. Our deepest craving is common.
Brilliant. That needs no commentary. That is the exact chemistry to connect Cecil's gratitude presentation and Angie's wish, Angie's life. Appreciation. And the item we now go into is merely an extension of that which we have just had. Cecil was very clear on the broadest possible list of I will call them actors in Angie's life, particularly the last 6 years. And it is noteworthy that in order to deliver the double theme, remembering and gratitude, that there will be a very rich mixture. That mixture will be revealed in the item on the program that speaks to announcements. It will piggyback on the stage already set by Cecil. So I now engage. There is a group of persons. I coined the caption, social and spiritual pillars to Angie. This group includes Richard St. Louis, Leon Greenwich, Belize, Alitia John, Dennis D'Souza, Marjorie Garvey, Lyris Bockmeyer, Katie Batiste, Lester Lester D'Souza. The list also includes a section of persons abroad. Doreen Joseph, Neil Francis, Kenneth O'Neill, Wayne Alexis, Keith Superville, Rosalind Antwine, Sandra Chase, Anne Alexander. The group is specially offered, given in its time, in Angie's time, its unwavering support to Angie's social and spiritual needs. So, Angie, through Cecile, gives thanks. In similar breath, there is the group Desmond Noel and family, Hugh Augustine, Nelsia Maxime, Alison George, Dr. Francis Amede, Debbie Thomas, Theresa Monroe, Jerry Francis, Hermeline Charles, Judith Mitchell, Maureen Thomas, Yvette Fleming, Rachel Robertson, Dennis Clark. This second group, categorized social and spiritual bastions to Angie in and during her challenging journey. Again, Angie, through Cecil, gives thanks. There is another group. And in order to do justice to this group, which is an extension of the two groups that I have already mentioned, it is necessary for me to invite Cecil to take agreed position on the floor with his entourage to make good the connection with this group. This sample will be instrumented appropriately. There will be memento, memorabilia, and I will say certification. We wish to invite, and these are very strong social, spiritual bastion that helped the delivery of Angie's journey. First, we invite Dennis Felix to please come forth and to be so empowered. Just give her a hand, please. Well done. Very well. Thank you. And we go to Patricia Boker. Patricia Boker, please. Belong to that group that provided that unwavering social, spiritual bastion support to Angie. Nurse Nelson. Nurse Nelson, we hold Nurse Nelsons for personalized delivery shortly. Gail Marshall. Gail Marshall. Gail Marshall. Yes. And just to say, quite apart from the described category, we now must add the fact that Gail Marshall was pivotal to the setting that we enjoy on this floor. And give her another big hand. All that which you see around. Gail Marshall was pivotal there too. Janice Thomas. Janice Thomas? I think I saw. Yes? We will hold Janice. Yes, Janice, please. Yeah, very well. Thank you. Very well. Very well. Keisha Holas. Sure, Keisha is here. Keisha is here. Keisha Holas. I don't know what Cecil will do without Janice and Keisha. Yeah? Yes, very well. And in fact, I say what Cecil will do, but what Angie would have done or could have done without that kind of support. Then, Paul and Noel and family. I wish to invite Cecil Noel to please come to receive, authorized that you receive in the family's behalf. Very well. Now, Connection Care at Home. Representative, Connection Care at Home. Please, we couldn't do that which was done without you. And so that social, medical, caring, spiritual strength. Pat Greenwich. Pat, please. Miss Pat, yes, please. Very nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. Thank you. So, okay. And there is, now, I see some words on some scripts like creme and cream. Everyone is cream, everyone is creme, and because the combined job that was done, the combined contribution that was done to be with Angie and the challenges throughout that journey was one that required every connection by everyone there too. And we begin this list with the invitation to Laura Jolly. Laura Jolly, please. It is a case where without fuss, without murmur, do get things done for Angie. Got things done for Angie. Mrs. Patrice, Lil. Almost 24/7 connection. Very well. Helen Brathwaite, please. There's so many connections Helen represents. But we're focusing now on that big part of Angie's journey. Thank you. Merle Bayer. Merle, please. Through thick and thin. All the time, not sometime. There. Mulbayer. Claudia Simon. Claudia, we invite you to please come forth. Claudia Simon. Thank you. Douglas Noel, Douglas Noel and family? No? Yes? Okay, we... Cecil, you'll do a press. Very well. Yes, Cecil. That's quite close. And Cecil, don't go far. Thank you for accepting that. Don't go far, Cecil. Stay. And Cecil, Noel, and family. And don't go far. Don't go far. Don't go far. Yes. Because Auntie Philippus, Francesca Francis, very well. Thank you very much. Very well. Yeah. And Sonia Augustine and family, please, Sonia. Yes. Sonia and family, very well. No, I don't know. I think this one, Cecil, I should present it to you. The Goss family. See, they're here. Yes. Okay? Yeah. All right. Cutty? Gus? Gus family? Okay, very nice. Thank you, thank you. Your contribution, the Goss family contribution, in my view, was extraordinary. That space, that accommodation, that support to Cecil to attend abroad, the urgency of then. Don't find that in many outfits. Keep on that track, please. There too. What? Cuthbert Williams? Inviting Cuthbert Williams? Mentioned in the Northeast, but now you're in the Southeast. And it's compounded the support. Thank you. Thank you. Fitzroy O'Neill. Strength, northeast into south, and steadfast, bastion support. We stay with the northeast. So thank you, Roy. We stay with the northeast. We can't talk northeast without talking Hugh Dolan. Hugh, please. Very well. Very well. Thank you. Thank you, Hugh. And we with the Northeast, but the Northeast mixed up with the South. Raymond Greenidge and family. Raymond is well represented here, so don't hold back. Raymond representation, please come forth. Raymond, mother. Very well. Very nice. Very well, thank you. Keisha Childs. We hold Keisha's, and I'm sure the delivery will be properly done. Yes? Okay? Dennis and Victor Ashby. Dennis. Well done. Thank you. Thank you. Brenda and Leslie Scott. Brenda and Leslie Scott. Intention is clear. Brenda. Well done. Brenda. Yeah, and once we connect with Brenda, it's really sky's the limit when it comes to delivering to Angie. Brenda and Leslie Scott's delivery had no measure, immeasurable. And we have already heard that everyone is cream. Everyone is creme. We have already heard the pecking order, and we heard of the number one relative to everything that was possible and necessary. So we must accept the category of creme, yes, but the upper level of that creme is designated the creme de la creme. The creme de la creme. And that representation is shared by Joan and Bernard Greenidge. And if Bernard can accompany Joan, I wish to invite Bernard to accompany Joan to come to Cecil Greenidge and to be so empowered. So, Bernard and Joan, let's give a very big hand, please. Boom, 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 boom. Well done. We thank you, Cecil. We thank everyone for your recognition of those recognized. We thank the members who have been recognized and instrumented. And we ask that you continue in that vein in life. No hold back. No murmur. No murmur. No wavering. No expression of stress. God invites that your contribution be made, and to the best of your ability, with the life we have, we do. I think it's a good time, Kasime, for you to have as we expect. Right, very well. So, it's in order. We will have one or two little pieces that Casimir has organized in this item. And following that, we will invite Cecil Noel to do the vote of thanks for us. And we will then do a bit of housekeeping, and we will get on with the evening.
Troubles and I've thrown them all away. Cause this I've lived on, I'm coming home to stay. I'm stuck on you, got this feeling down deep in my soul that I just can't. Yes, I'm on my way. Oh, and I need a friend. And the way I feel now, I guess I'll be with you too. Yes, I'm on my way. Mighty glad you stayed.
While Cecil Noel, as was invited, is on his way to the dais, I returned to inform, perhaps remind, that members would have received and will receive, if you have not received, I will say a booklet which speaks to Angie's journey, Angie and Cecil life, and the special reference is that we should not hesitate to look into it and inwardly digest, and to the degree that we will find inclusions to apply, please apply herefrom. Vote of thanks by Cecil Noel. He is like Angie's son.
Good afternoon, sisters and brothers, friends, family, well-wishers of our late departed sister Angie, and of course, friend of Cecil. My task is a very simple one, and before I came here, someone was asking me, well, what are you really going up there to do? After all that thanks and all that gratitude that already went out. So I had to find a little way to do what I have to do and do it special. And maybe I should just let people be known. with all the thanks that already go, the only thanks that I think I'm left to deliver is one for what's happening or what happened here today thus far. So first of all, let me thank God for the opportunity of life for which He blessed all of us with, that afforded us the opportunity to be here today. And of course, through the entire journey with Angie and Cecil. Miss Gail Marshall, who acted as receptionist and who also did the decoration for the session today. We want to thank you very much, Gail. I'm laughing at this one. You ever heard of the father-sister? Like the father-sister priest? Yeah, it wasn't Father Marcin. Miss Smallbuyer, thank you very much for the invocation. Thank you very much. To the chairman, Mr. Victor Ashby, who so eloquently did a job which I know he loved doing, which is standing up and delivering, speaking. Thank you very much, sir, for a job well done. To Miss Rita Augustine, for that song which says called his anthem, People Like You. And I know says he wanted to hear that song specially. He wanted to play the recording, but I think it was a great surprise and a great difference added to the whole atmosphere when it was delivered live by Rita, and of course accompanied by the keyboardist who did an excellent job. So thank you very much, Rita. To Mr. Conrad Francis for taking the time off and enlightening us on Angie's contribution towards athletics in Grenada and even beyond. And I know when I heard Mr. Ashby decided to add his little part in terms of work done during the regular schools games as well as the intercall, I know for a fact, yes, she is someone that's going to be missed, not being seen on the field. So thank you very much, Conrad, for enlightening us on that. Yeah, the cry baby. I don't know why he had to come and tell us about this cry baby thing. But you know, I think that the cry baby boy really deserves a special thanks for the effort he has made thus far. I don't know how much more he planned to extend and show gratitude for the passing of Angie. But I do hope, says that somehow you'll be comforted in the fact knowing she's in a better place and within your own self see the need to just find peace and, you know, in acknowledgement that she spent a very good life with us while she was here. And the left-hand cook, how come you couldn't figure out that that water wasn't hot, man? The left-hand cook. But thank you very much, sis. Thank you. Mr. Casimir Thomas for the music on the saxophone. And I know he raised me up, and I dare say that music did in fact lift all of us up inside there. It was special. So thank you very much. Mr. Richie Oliver and the members of TR for being here to make sure that the quality of the interaction is delivered, not only to you present, but also to those who are online virtually. So TR, thank you. TR Communications, thank you very much. To the caterers, and I know for those of you who have your program, you'll see that after I finish giving my thanks, that you'll get opportunity to refresh yourself with some tasty food. So we say thank you to the caterers, Eden Garden, for the meal that's provided for us. I dare say in advance, I trust that it will be well received and tasty. To the team who assisted with the presentation, as well as the ladies who did the ushering, special thanks to you as well. And of course, very special thanks to each and every one of you who made that very special effort to be here this Sunday evening to spend time with us, to just reminisce with us. And of course, I know that wherever Angie is, which as far as I'm concerned is a better place, she's really happy that we were able to do this on her behalf as family. So again, thanks to all of you. And remember, don't rush off. The refreshments are there, and we don't want it to be a case there where it's left behind. So thank you very much for gracing us with your presence. And to all of you who are listening online virtually, again, also a very special thanks to you for taking the time off to get online and be a part of this very special evening, remembering Angie with gratitude. Thank you all.
Thank you, Seth. I know we have already done it, but it's as though we will miss a shot if we didn't do this bit. Just to inform us that we have recorded between 30 and 50 attendees, participants, virtual. And so Cecil's connection with them is in brilliant order. And then on top of that, it's as though we will still be wanting, if I didn't invite Cecil Greenidge to stand wherever you choose. We will not sing, "He is a jolly good fellow." Now is not the moment for that. But I would ask us to really give Cecil a rousing round of applause for his driving tenacity, his unwavering commitment to deliver as he promised Angie. And he will continue beyond this 100 days, he assures. And so, to ensure that, or to demonstrate that we're with him, to keep going on that good foot towards that delivery that he alone has in terms of conception and action. Cecil, I want to ask you to stand, please. And members, I want you to join me in giving Cecil a tremendous round of applause for all that which he is doing together. In fact, we better stand and so do with him. Brilliant. Thank you, Cecil. Yeah. Well done. Not well done, well doing, because we march together. And he would want me to say that the next item, which is to do with chit-chat and conviviality and sharing with one another appropriately on experiences around Angie's life and well-being in the spirit. We have refreshment. We have refreshment. We have already been informed. We have refreshment, and we invite participation. And so the members with the responsibility to help us connect with the refreshment, we are ready to share. I can't make us go into the refreshment before I mention that a member connected with this process And we know Hayden, tennis player. The days of old, we call it lawn tennis. Tennis player, Hayden Ashton, has called to say that he will make a contribution. I'm making a bold reference to finance. He will make a contribution to Angie's activity. I will add legacy going forward. So, even in his absence, let's give a big hand. Yeah. And say thanks for that commitment and that offer. Thank you. So, refreshment time. How do we go to the table? Yes?